Coming.
I have some rather incredible news. Dr. Baldera will be joining Din full-time, and with his breeding expertise and our brilliant park management skills, the sector representatives have offered their support as well. There is just one uncharacteristically quiet voice left. Dr. Malcolm?
I'm sure this is going to shock you, but I'm still skeptical. I mean, what you've done here is impressive, but, haven't we walked this path of good intentions before? At the same time, I'm nothing if not wildly curious, and if there's one thing that ambitious projects need, it's a voice of reason. So, here I am.
Well, sounds like everyone's pretty much on board. Din has hope, and I won't have to sleep in my nephew's basement. Fantastic! All right, don't keep me waiting. Where are we heading next?
You are doing incredible work on this site. With a little...
Las Vegas. In Spanish, the Meadows. Huh. It brings to mind peaceful, rolling pastures and verdant land. But what we get are greedy opportunists rolling the dice on displaying prehistoric animals in sorely lacking enclosures. But then, aren't you also taking a gamble? Will you be able to get this site not just functional, but ethical? Roll up, place your bets, and good luck. If you believe in that sort of thing.
When you said we were going to Vegas, I was expecting glitz, glamour, and maybe a night on the town, huh? But that'll teach me for being optimistic. What was this place again?
I believe that the original owner called it a prehistoric playland, or some such. The new owner, our client, wants us to take better care of these animals.
And I bet they're expecting some impressive profits given the Vegas-adjacent real estate. Oh, I have a good feeling about this.
To help out, I brought in a freelance crisis manager. She was a big name at Jurassic Park and Jurassic World, until they went under. Catastrophically. But I'm sure that had nothing to do with you, Lily. Nothing at all,
Thank you, Cabot. And hello, everyone. Now, our most pressing task is to get these animals recontained, which means repairing that aviary. Unless we want those high flyers to escape to the bright lights of the city, of course.
for that repair. Leave the repair to me.
Please remain calm and proceed to an evacuation exit.
And I should say, it's especially good to see you again, Kira.
You two know each other, huh?
Lily was a mentor for me. She gave me my first opportunities in paleo curation.
And you walked away from those opportunities with a copy of my contacts database in your pocket. She was a cunning young raptor even then.
Yes, well, I learned from the best. But let's just focus on recontaining the escaped flying reptiles.
Asset transported.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are pleased to welcome a pteranodon to the park.
Confirming asset delivery. Transportation complete. Asset has been delivered.
Looking good. But if this place is gonna hit the jackpot, we'll need these animals to be visible to our guests. And we should make it clear that the park's under new management with some stylish scenery, too.
Oh, yeah. What's a sideshow without the show, after all?
Right. The drone's assigned.
All those old structures that were on the site when we got here don't exactly shout high-end establishment. Remember, you can demolish anything you don't like or dress it up with some lovely scenery items. Do a good job and I might hire you to revitalize my porch.
How?
Attention all science personnel. Please report to...
Get the drone out there.
Ladies and gentlemen.
If this site runs out of money, well, that would be a crisis in its own right. Use the arrival point to open the park. Then we can get back to work.
Our client wants more species on site. This is a non-negotiable part of our contract, so do whatever needs to be done to make it happen. Lily, could you lend your guidance?
Oh, of course. Building a new aviary is step one, and it's crucial to get right. The proper environment will keep these animals happy enough to prevent an escape attempt. When the aviary is set up, then we can look into bringing more flying animals on site. The guests will love that, I'm sure.
Attention personnel. Please stand by for the return of telephone. Attention personnel. Stand by for a vehicle return.
Time for us to make use of that genome, don't you think? Go ahead, synthesize, incubate, release, profit. Oh, wait, did I say that last one out loud?
Attention personnel. Please
Sending out the drone.
Please welcome your new park. Synthesis procedure complete. Attention personnel, please stand by. Attention personnel. Please stand by for the returning helicopter.
Let's get the drone out there.
The dinosaurs did not evolve for this world. Their struggles to adapt should be evidence of this. But you reject that fact, and you endanger human life in doing so. Dr. Malcolm was right. Nature must be allowed to take its course without human intervention. If that means a re-extinction of dinosaurs, so be it. We are extinction now. And this is our warning to you. End your work. Dissolve the dinosaur integration network. Or this will no longer just be a warning.
Well, that doesn't sound good.
You know, I see where they're coming from. Nature should be revered, but the situation, I must say, has evolved since Mount Sibo's eruption on Isla Nublar. The dinosaurs aren't isolated on an island anymore. Our actions don't just affect prehistoric life, but human life also. But I suppose people will see what they want to see, and we can't stop them. Trust me, I've tried.
It's petty idealism being dressed up as a fact of nature. Our work is too important to allow this to slow us down.
Geez, your self-belief is admirable. You know, others have had that same confidence with, let's say, mixed results.
Let's keep doing what we're doing. I mean, it's not like they'll actually be able to stop us anyway, huh? Our guests are going to expect a certain degree of luxury, which this park is currently lacking. Get them the amenities they deserve. And if someone can get me a high-end meal and a fluffy bathrobe while they're at it, all the better.
Mr. Finch, not to tempt fate, but I'm not sure that this site is quite, disastrous enough to justify a crisis manager. Your team is handling it rather well.
I have to agree. As nice as it is to see you, Lily, this seems like an unnecessary expense.
Maybe I underestimated what we could do in-house. But stick around just a little longer. This area is known for its shady characters, so anything could happen. Sawridge Cattle Company was just a tumbleweed's roll away.
All right. A little longer then, if you're genuinely concerned.
Drone task assigned.
Mr. Finch, I was just talking to our client about their ambitions to expand the park. Do you have something you want to explain?
Okay, don't be mad, but I have a lot of friends/enemies/debt in Vegas, and I knew we'd need a crisis manager if we ever wanted to cut through the red tape and expand the site. And guess what? It worked, huh? Of course, Lily stormed off as soon as I told her, but she's dealt with jobs falling apart before. I said she was at Jurassic World, didn't I?
I am truly disappointed in you, Finch. But I confess, the client will be happy. The red tape is down, but the land still needs to be paid for. We should generate enough funds to make this happen.
The drone. Filling up a generator.
The prospect of a breeding program helped secure this contract, and now it is time to deliver on that. Dr. Baldera, I assume your research applies to flying reptiles as well?
In science, we don't assume. We postulate, we hypothesize, we test.
Aren't those just very fancy words for guess?
Okay, so I've studied flying reptiles a little less. Not so big on heights, but the principles are very much the same. Our flyers will need nests if we're going to encourage their natural wild behaviors.
The site is getting more impressive by the day, but increasing diversity within our population would provide both scientific and entertainment value. That should be our next target.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are pleased to welcome a pteranodon to the park. Ladies and gentlemen, we are pleased to welcome a pteranodon to the park. Ladies and gentlemen, our weather forecast has been updated. The hurricane threat level has been raised. Ladies and gentlemen,
Money isn't everything, which is what I usually have to tell myself after a few nights in Sin City. It is a lot of things, though, so it's time to rake in the dough. While catering to our guests' needs, of course.
Chief among which is the need not to get eaten.
proceed to take cover until the hurricane has passed. Ladies and gentlemen, we are pleased to welcome Caillou Ajara.
damage over here.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have added a new program ready for you to...
Inbound on that repair request. That needs fixing. I'm on it. It's on the to-do list.
Ladies and gentlemen, the hurricane has now passed. Please resume your normal activity. For your comfort, we've increased the hotel capacity of the park.
I'm in the process of negotiating a new land purchase in the area, and I'm doing it without exploiting the goodwill of an old friend. How about that? Please, generate the funds to purchase the land, and I will push the contract through.
Using a drone.
I've been reaching out to potential clients and have now had all the responses I wanted. The news is, well, I think you'll be as pleased and pleasantly surprised as I am. But let's talk about this with a map in front of us.
East Asia. Vast, mysterious, and beautiful. And, of course, bed of so much discovery and history and progress. But you know, it's a complex, chaotic world out there. And now, that global complexity, that intercontinental chaos, will have another fascinating variable to it. You. What could possibly go wrong?
Certainly nothing that we can't handle, I'm sure. But allow me to give a proper briefing on these incredible opportunities.
In Indonesia, there are rumors of disease in local dinosaur populations. We are tasked with developing a facility to monitor and handle any outbreaks. A conservation-minded client in China has asked for our help in creating a spacious sanctuary for prehistoric giants. And there is a theme park in Japan that has fallen to ruin. We will need to put it back in working order and make it the success it was always meant to be. All three of these sites are significant, both in the importance of the work and in their benefit to our global reputation. These clients expect a lot of us. We best not disappoint.
Thanks to the work of our park manager and Dr. Baldera, we have an excellent foundation to build from. Let's use that strong start to improve our reputation with the industry sectors. We can continue our work here in Hawaii when we hit our reputation target. And I insist that we hit that target.